Bună dimineața și bun găsit la BU. Sunt Sabina Iosub și vă invit să rămâneți alături de mine în următoarea jumătate de oră. O să discutăm despre transporturi.
Parlamentul European a adoptat recent pachetul de mobilitate, adică poziția sa asupra reformei sectorului de transport rutier. Apar reguli clare cu privire la remunerația șoferilor și a perioadelor de odihnă. Companiile vor trebui să-și organizeze calendarele astfel încât șoferii să se poată întoarce acasă la intervale regulate, cel puțin o dată la 4 săptămâni. Perioada de odihnă obligatorie la sfârșitul săptămânii nu ar trebui să fie petrecută în cabina camionului. Parlamentul dorește să înlocuiască restricția existentă a numărului de operațiuni de cabotaj cu o limită de timp de 3 zile și să introducă înregistrarea punctelor de trecere a frontierei prin tahografe. Totodată, controalele în trafic vor fi mai puține, dar îmbunătățite.
Today here with me in the European Parliament in Strasbourg is Mr. Peter Corumbashev. Thank you so much for your presence.
Thank you for your invitation. Mult mulțumesc.
Thank you for speaking Romanian. I don't know any words in Bulgarian, but we will discuss in English about transportation and things that are to be changed at the European level. You have had on the table the mobility package. What is wrong in it, let's say, that is blocked?
The perception which I think that most of my colleagues have, which are from Central and Eastern Europe, that obviously that is a kind of protectionism which is coming from the proposal of the Commission. Obviously, in the last years, our countries, I can say like Poland, like Romania and Bulgaria, we did a very successful job in freight transport in Western Europe. And we have a feeling that when the Western countries are making business in our countries, it is a free market. For example, you have Kaufland, you have Lidl, you have, let's say, very successful Western banks at our market. But the opposite, when we started to make this business in freight business in Western Europe, there are coming some accusations about social dumping and so on. So it is very impressive how we can count the salary of one driver 3 days in Hungary, 4 days in Austria, 5 days in Germany, and 2 days, for example, in France. And the next feeling is that the main purpose is just to force our companies to enter in bankruptcy and just to take our workers. And the next point and next kind of invitation which we had is that why our companies didn't register the branches in Western Europe. Okay, we can do that, but after that, where these companies are going to pay their taxes? They're not going to pay their taxes in Romania or in Bulgaria, they're going to pay the taxes in the countries in which they're established. Or where these companies are going to pay their contribution to the healthcare system or to the pension system. Obviously, they're stopping to pay to the Romanian pension system or to the Bulgarian healthcare system. And you know very well what is the situation with our healthcare and pension systems. And they're going to pay them to the Western European countries, to their pension and healthcare systems. So I don't see solidarity in that. I cannot find it.
I can see double standard, though.
Obviously, we are discovering from time to time these double standards in different issues, starting from the issue of the food or even of the very simple cosmetic products. Even we had some proposals 2 years ago, I remember, which were even the MEPs which are coming from non-Eurozone not to have the right to vote when we are discussing budget issues. So when I heard about that proposals, tell me what means MEP without right to vote. So probably we have the right to visit the buffet and the toilets. So even I was thinking to propose to have to create toilets just for MEPs for Western Europe and for MEPs from Central and Eastern Europe, because you have two different types of food in order not to bother each other.
It's very difficult to come to the same idea when having such double standards, when looking at a situation with so different views. So what do you consider should be done next in order to put some order in these situations?
Yes. First, we were trying several times together with my active colleagues, Claudia Țapardel and Maria Grapini from Romania, with Boguslav Liberatsky and Adam Zemke from Poland, for example, in our committee, to postpone the decision of for Mobility Package 1 in that parliament, because obviously it is the worst time to try to find a compromise when the elections are coming, because nobody is going to step out even 1 millimeter when the elections are coming, because he will be accused nationally in his own country. But the second point, and that is question for our two countries, is that we are very good in saving the balls in the last minute. So now we are playing for 0-0 up to 90th minute. So we will stay on the ground and we are waiting referee to say the match is over. The question is that the other countries from Road Alliance organized them very well in the last 5 years to prepare that package, to organize lobbying and to press the Commission. We were silent in that time and we didn't did our homework. So my kind request, both to the Romanian and to the Bulgarian government, probably to the Polish government as well, is to create a coalition of countries which are taking our position, because now we have just one coalition, which is Road Alliance, and our countries, we are trying to saving each other one by one, which is not the way how the European Union is working. We must prepare a coalition, we must prepare a common proposal which is coming from our coalition. We must try to find partners. For example, all the countries from periphery are geographical periphery, not political periphery, are ready to work with us. For example, Ireland is on our side, or Portugal. For example, Spain is with very flexible position, but we can try to approach Spanish as well, and to see whether we can find the middle point. So that is a job, let's say, not only to postpone the question, because the postponement is not a decision, it is a current decision. Decision for a moment, for a while, but we must work for a long-term coalition. By the way, I think that that coalition can work for another issues here in the European Union Parliament. I remember it was my idea more than 1 year ago to have a common sitting Romanian and Bulgarian MEPs. And do you know what we discovered? It was in December 2017. We have never been together for one common sitting. We are 50 people. You have now in the new parliament, you have 33 Romanians and Bulgarians are 17. So I think that Bulgarians and Romanians are starting to discover each other, that they are very close, that they have a lot of common interest. And there is nothing bad to have let's say, conversations about different topics. For example, for the
Schengen space,
for the coal power plants, because we have a problem for mobility package. You have a group of, let's say, Scandinavian countries which obviously are working together. You have Benelux, they're working together. Obviously, France and Germany, they have very privileged dialogue for more than 50 years. I think it is a time Romania and Bulgaria to discover each other as members of the European Union and to work together on issues which we are considering that they are common interest.
As good neighbors as we are.
Yes, yes, but and to start to build bridges, by the way, because it is a shame for both countries, for 600 kilometers border, to have two bridges, which is really record, because to have one bridge at 300 kilometers, you can compare it with Germany. Danube River, they have it every 5 kilometers. In Austria, they have it every 33 kilometers. And I think that even in the times of Roman Empire, we have more bridges than now.
Right.
So I hope that we can work much more intensively and to discover each other.
Thank you so much for your comments and for your presence. We will focus now on Romania.